Welcome to Fruita, Colorado. We've come a little bit further east on I-70 from our last stop in Silt, and we have landed at James Robb State Park in Fruita. There are actually multiple James Robb State Parks, by the way, in Colorado.
Yeah, it can be really confusing.
But we are at the James Robb State Park in Fruita.
Yeah, and we did have to change sites. This is an absolutely beautiful park, but we did have to change sites. We'll have more on that later in the video, so stick around.
It's Saturday morning, and on Saturday mornings during the summer, Fruita hosts a farmer's market, and it's only a 6-minute drive from here at the state park. So yeah, let's go check it out.
Are those hatch? What kind of peppers?
Big Jim's.
Big Jim's?
Yeah.
All right, Big Jim's peppers.
These are Fruita. These are Fruita peppers.
Fruita peppers.
Yeah. And we grow them out here at the farm.
We're gonna have to get some of those.
This is Laurie Jo, and oh my gosh, y'all, this is a gourd that she grows, and then she makes it into this beautiful art. And this, the petroglyphs are from Sago Canyon, which is close by, and this is the middle of a walnut that she inlaid. What?
Oh, this also has a nub of a tree to level it out. Because you know?
And the nub of a tree.
Because they grow with rocks or whatever on your surface, so everything is grown different, so I always have to find a way to make them level. And
amazing.
So
amazing.
Yeah.
Yay! We're gonna find room for this one.
oh, thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Do you have a website or anything?
No, I don't. I just sell out of here in my 2 George shows, and then I'm quiet all winter, and then I come back in the spring.
You got to come to the Fruita Farmers Market so you can check out her stuff,
There you
including
go.
her thunder gourds.
Oh yeah, do that. Yeah.
I love it. So cool. So one of the things we really like about downtown Fruita is walking around and looking at all the art. Like so many towns today, they have got a great showcase of art. None more interesting though than this. This is Mike. Mike is a headless chicken. And yes, there is a story to that. In 1945, there was a farmer who raised chickens. He went out to get dinner. He chose Mike. Well, things didn't quite go as planned, and though Mike lost his head that day, he went on to live for another 18 months because apparently his brainstem was mostly intact, and so he was able to do normal chicken things. They fed him with an eyedropper, grain and water, and took him all over the country so that folks could get a look at this anomaly, a headless live chicken. 1945 that was, and today you find homages to Mike, the headless chicken, all over Fruita, Colorado.
Decided to come try a little local brewery here, Suds Brothers, in Fruita, and yeah, they actually have 2 in town. But we're going to give this one a try. Let's go in. Hey guys, what a bonus this was right here. When we made plans to stay in Fruita, we had no idea that right next door is the Colorado National Monument. So hey, we're gonna go take a look. Here we go. Wow, was that an incredible drive up here. We're up here at the Visitor Center. We just parked. Like I've said before, these drives in Colorado do not disappoint. Holy cow, just when you think you've seen the most unbelievable thing you've ever seen on the road, then this happens. I mean, it's crazy how beautiful it is here. And you know, looking forward to going in here to the Visitor Center. Stacie's gonna get her stamp. We're gonna show you that, and hopefully they got some good information in here. This place is beautiful.
All right, no stop at a national monument is complete without getting a stamp in our passport. We have officially visited Colorado National Monument. Wow, I cannot believe we had no idea this place was here before we planned our stop in Fruita. How lucky is that? This place is amazing.
There is so much to see here. I don't even know which way to take the camera.
It is unbelievable.
Right behind you, and then right over here. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. Beautiful.
And then there's hoodoos and formations. I don't know if hoodoo's not the technical term here, but all types of formations over here in this direction. This is just the short trail that's right behind the visitor center. So even if you don't really plan to come in and hike, you can come to the visitor center and just walk to the back, and there's this little short path right here, and it's so quiet. This is Labor Day weekend. I can't believe there's not more people here.
It's amazing.
And we are, the ranger told us, about at 6,500 foot elevation here. We're about 2,000 feet higher than our campsite in Fruita, just a few miles away. I'm surprised too by how much greenery there is up here. I mean, it's just, nature just astounds me. Holy cow.
We're literally right on the edge.
Yeah, we are.
Just, damn.
And they say that some of the juniper trees in this park are 1,000 years old. Some of the pinyon pines are, I think they said, 600 years old. A lot of history here.
Wow. Oh gosh.
We found a shady spot.
Shady spot right on the edge of the cliff.
But we're not shaded by a tree. We're actually sitting up underneath a rock shelter. We've seen a few of these rock shelters in some of the other parks we've been to. Did not expect to find one right here, but why wouldn't there be?
Yeah, I guess this is where maybe thousands of years ago or 1,000 years ago, maybe some Ute Indians were making a home here. I don't know, could be. I mean, they're from this area. This was their land back in the day.
Absolutely. They would have had quite the view, that's for sure.
Oh wow. Yeah, they would have.
I wish we'd have brought a picnic with us. This would have been a perfect spot to sit and just have a snack or something.
For sure. Really cool, really cool. That's where we were just sitting, right there.
Yep. Made for a nice little break. And again, yeah, gosh, I wish I'd had a picnic.
Yeah.
Perfect. One thing it's not here, this is Labor Day weekend, like I said, and I wouldn't call it cool. It's actually, it's been 100 degrees down in Fruita during our stay. Up here it's a little bit cooler because we're 2,000 feet higher, but it's still pretty warm, so you want to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
But what a beautiful day.
Wow.
What a view.
Unbelievable. And again, like Stacie said, nobody's here. We're out here by ourselves. Labor Day weekend?
Labor Day weekend. Unbelievable. So if you're hearing that everything in the national park system is too crowded right now, check the national monuments.
Yeah, that's for sure. And they're absolutely as incredible.
Oh my gosh, Devil's Tower, Scotts Bluff,
Flaming
Gorge National Recreation Area,
Yeah.
Dinosaur National Monument. Oh my gosh.
Yep. That's
Absolutely incredible places. You gotta make time to see these national monuments.
Yeah, it's not just about the national parks, because the national monuments are every bit as unbelievable. It's crazy.
So if you're traveling and you see a national monument somewhere nearby, like we did here, we happened to be stopping in Fruita and we saw, oh my gosh, wait, Colorado National Monument is here? Don't skip it. You gotta take the time to go check out that national monument.
And this was literally, it was like 25 minutes from our campsite. We were already at the visitor center of the park here. And the drive up to here was one of the most stunning drives we've ever been in. Of course, we keep saying that in Colorado, but it's true. It's unbelievable how beautiful it is. These mountains are incredible.
Absolutely. Look at this view. So let's talk about our stay in Fruita, Colorado.
Yeah, you know, last night we went to the brewery, just real quick. The beer was great, food was okay. It was a holiday, and the service was way slow. So that's why we didn't film anything afterwards. You know, maybe it was the holiday.
It could be. The place gets great reviews.
Yeah.
So I would give them another shot. But we were disappointed.
Yep.
So, but the farmers market in Fruita did not disappoint.
No, it was absolutely outstanding. We loved it. The pricing there was phenomenal.
Yes, it was.
We got a lot of good stuff. We got roasted peppers of all things. He roasted them right there in front of us.
That was awesome.
And we brought them right home and made an incredible, like roasted pepper lasagna.
Oh,
and
it was good.
It was great. It fed us a bunch of meals. It was outstanding.
We still have some in the freezer.
Big thumbs up to their farmers market.
And they do it, I believe, every Saturday morning during the summer. So definitely worth checking out when you're here. Now, you saw some of the sculptures around town. We love the art in Fruita, and so many of these towns now have great murals and sculptures and things.
Yeah.
I love seeing that.
Yeah, it is really incredible. All across Colorado.
Yeah.
We've seen it. They embrace, obviously, here their outdoor activities.
Yeah.
But unlike Steamboat and Breckenridge, we don't see it as much here. We didn't see as many bicyclers or cyclists. We saw kayakers, but we couldn't find the trails and stuff. But it could be, too, that it was hot.
It was 100 degrees every day during our stay here, which was surprising to us because being flatlanders from the Gulf Coast, when we think of 4,000 plus foot elevation, we don't think it's going to be 100 degrees. But like we learned at Dinosaur National Monument a few weeks back, which is about the same elevation, it was 95 plus there.
Yeah.
So yes, it happens, but I think this might be unusual heat for this time of year here.
Yeah, and so that brings me to the park here.
Right.
Which the park is...
we are at James Robb State Park, and yes, there are multiple locations, different towns with James Robb State Park here in Colorado.
Yeah, make sure you have the right one.
Yes, we met the park superintendent, super nice guy, and he explained that actually there is a trail system that they are working on that sounds like it's mostly complete, but that they are still completing that connect all the different units of James Robb State Park. And so that's where they all kind of come together via trails. But yeah, you want to make sure you know which town James Robb State Park you're going to.
Yeah, but with this heat, as I said earlier, there was a story to us switching sites. We had to switch sites because we had a 30 amp site before, not full hookup, just 30 amp and water, and the breaker just kept tripping. I mean, every 15, 20 minutes it kept tripping. They came out, unfortunately, they didn't have anybody here that could change out that breaker.
Right.
So at that point, we almost were going to have to leave. I mean, because...
Which would have been tough because it was Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, that would have been real tough. Or we would have just had to go on. Our batteries, our lithium batteries were working great. When it trips, our system doesn't even stop. I mean, the ACs keep working. It's just the batteries drop. And the site we were in was real shaded, so we weren't getting solar. So that would have been tough for us to stay in that site with no solar if our batteries can't get recharged. So that was that. But luckily they had a Parco site that was available because their Parcos doesn't come in for another week or so.
Which is where we're sitting now.
Which is where we're sitting now. And it was 50 amp full hookup site. So we're like, yes, we paid the upgrade. I
Yes,
mean,
we did.
no big deal. And got here, and in the heat of the day, the next day, the same thing happened. The breaker kept tripping.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we weren't here again, just like in the 30 amp, we weren't there. Star and Astro were okay because our lithium batteries took over, and the inverter takes over, so the ACs stay on, but our batteries, you know, then drop. So it kind of limited us to what we could do from that point, because we knew in the middle of the day, every day, it was going to pop. The Ranger came out. That's when we met the head Ranger, but again, maybe it was a holiday weekend, I don't know. They didn't have anybody that could change out the 50 amp breaker.
Right.
And it was weak. That's the problem. It was just, it could pull amps, but it wasn't supplying 50 amps on one of the legs. Probably about 40. So when we would hit 40 amps, it would pop. And it did that every single afternoon around 4:30.
Right.
So then we just had to kind of stay here. So unfortunately, you know, that limited our activity.
Right. Now, it was nice to be able just to, you know, hang out and relax a little
Sure.
bit and get a few things done here at the rig. But yeah, there were other things that we wanted to do while we were in the area. We wanted to go check out Grand Junction, which we hear is a great town. We wanted to go over to Grand Mesa, which we hear is amazing. And about, you know, 20 to 30 degrees cooler on the top of the mesa. But that's an hour and a half away. And so a 3-hour round trip didn't really make sense when we knew that we were probably going to have to reset the breaker, you know, in the afternoon. So it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
Other than that, this is a very nice park.
Oh my gosh, stunning. They take care of it very, very well. It's the crew's always out here working. Right when someone gets out of a site, they're in there cleaning it up, raking it. Yes, very nice. I mean, during the shoulder seasons here, I gotta imagine this is just an incredible place to be.
Absolutely.
And with it being so hot, though, we didn't get to explore around the park very much. So, you know, for that, during the shoulder season, I could see coming back and then trying to enjoy more of the area and of this park, because they do a great job with it.
Oh, they really do. And so, and most of the sites here are pull-through, can fit any size rig. They have a super nice dump station. That's where we actually disconnected the Jeep when we got here.
Yes.
It was very easy. So yeah, I really, really like this park. It's 3 minutes to Colorado National Monument from the exit of this
But you
park.
saw that, and that was outstanding.
Oh, you have to see that. You have to go.
Wow.
And this is a great place to stay when you do that. There's also an RV park, a private RV park right across the street.
Yeah.
But you're also right on the edge of the town of Fruita. So everything that you want to do in Fruita, you can get to easily from here.
Yeah, we probably could use our bikes if it wasn't as hot. We would have to, we didn't see where those trails were. They weren't obvious, but we would seek them out if it was cooler.
Right. It was just a little too hot for that.
Yeah.
So now we are headed to Moab, Utah, back to Utah. And we've only ever spent one night in Moab, so we're excited. We're actually going to be there all in for 2 weeks.
Yes.
But it's 106 there right now.
Right. And we're going straight to Moab because we changed our plans. And we changed it because of this heat.
Right. We were supposed to go from here into Arches National Park, dry camping within the national park. But with it being this hot, yes, our system can do it, but why put ourselves in that situation? It's not like we're going to be out hiking when it's 106. So we found a spot at the KOA right there in Moab for the first few days until fall arrives in Moab on Friday.
Yeah, well, that's what the weather says, and it literally breaks quite a bit. It goes from like highs of 104, 105 down to 92.
Right.
So on Friday. So then on Friday, we're going to move back in. We're going to go into the park and camp in the park unhooked.
That's the plan. So come along for the fun. The adventure is continuing. We'll see you in Moab next Sunday. Until then, safe travels.
And happy camping.
Bye.
Bye.